welcome to the Bountiful Farmhouse. This is day 2 of grapes. We worked on them yesterday for, I don't know, what would you say, 6 hours, I think? And by the end of the night, we had 12 quart jars. I've already taken some downstairs for storage, but we're gonna have to rearrange a few things to take care of all this juice. But this is what we have today to start with. But let me show you the process that we do. So obviously we picked all of our grapes. Look how pretty those are. Really happy with them. We have a couple of varieties, but they're all a Concord variety. And I just grab a bunch to start with, and we're gonna get them all washed up. And what I found yesterday was lots of earwigs on them and little white spiders, so that was fun because, well, I'm not spider friendly. In here I have just cold water, a little bit of just white vinegar, and then when the grapes are in there, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of just some coarse salt on top of them. Let them soak for about 10 minutes, and then we'll rinse those, and then that is what will go into the canner. We're using 2 just to speed up the process. The bottom is where you put your water, and you fill it, about all the way almost to the top. This is where the juice will collect, and then this is just like a strainer, and each one holds about 10 pounds of grapes is what we decided. 10 pounds will give us 3 to 4 quarts. It depends. The first round gave us 3, but the next rounds gave us 4 quarts of each one. So depending on the size of the grapes, I guess, and how much juice is coming out. And then you have your little siphoning hose, and they all come with this clip as well to help things. Once we get the grapes in there, it takes about 45 minutes. I noticed per jar. So everything I read is like, oh, 45 minutes, and it's a long process. Unless I'm doing something wrong. So if I am, please let me know. But it was about 45 minutes per jar. You'll see the juice fill up into here, and then you'll just start putting it into here. And then once it's full, wipe the top and put the band on and seal it tight. Usually with canning, we just do the 2-finger tightness, but I'm not water bathing them, and so I'm just tightening them really tight. They all sealed, and they seem to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. So anyway, this process is just trying to get off. If there's more stem than grape, I've been breaking the grapes off, but if it's a really full bunch like this, I'm just leaving them on. A lot of people will remove all the grapes from the stems. It's up to you. We tasted the juice last night, and it tasted pretty good. It tasted like Welch's grape juice, so some people say it gives it a little more earthy flavor, but we didn't really notice that in it, so we're just going to leave them on. And then anything that is, I haven't seen them on these yet, but anything that wasn't looking very good, like if it's a smashed grape or half-eaten grape or whatever, you just pick it off. You don't want that to go into the canner. So we kept wondering when was the best time to harvest grapes, and kept hearing that you wait until the first frost, or the first frost, and that didn't seem right because here in Utah that could be so random. It could be now, it could be October, it could be whatever. And so with a little more research, I found out that the best way to know when your grapes are ready is just by tasting them. And so when we're out there walking, we can smell them. That's one indication that they're really ready to go. The other one is to keep tasting them, and if you get that really sweet flavor, then you know they're ready. And the third way is if the seeds, some of these have seeds and some are seedless, but if they have seeds, this seed should be a really dark brown, and that's where these are. So we knew it was time to pick them, and before the birds ate them, we wanted to take care of them. These are going to soak for about 10 minutes, but I wanted to say on this, these are the water, the temperature is set on about a medium high level. You don't want it really hot, but you're just going to wait for it, and then it just simmers them down. And so mine we've got gas burners, they're like, I think between the 4 and the 6, just a really medium heat for that. Now it's just a wait, and wait, and then we'll fill these after these are done. Oh, look, there's our earwig. Probably put the salt on. These have been soaking. I'm just rinsing them, and then you can tell, I can hear that this is already boiling. So I'm just going to add the grapes into here. And like I say, this should hold about 10 pounds, and you just fill it all the way full. So we'll just keep adding in there. We'll put the lid on, and they'll just steam. And like I say, it takes about 45 minutes before we start seeing liquid into here. We'll let this fill up a little bit, and then start draining it and let it do its thing. So the grape juice is starting to come into the tube, but we want to sterilize that tube before we actually juice. So I already started doing that, but you just release the clamp and let that run for a little bit. I know that there's not enough in there to do a full jar. You can see that it's slowing down, but I'm gonna let it run for a minute, and then I'm just gonna pour this juice back into here. But now that tube is, oh, and you can see how the grapes are starting to change color. And pretty soon that'll all kind of go down to a really low level. I think our juice is ready. We're gonna see if we can't get at least a jar or two filled. Look at that beautiful color we've got coming out of there. Just going to fill them and to the top and leave just that probably ½ inch head space on there. We are not water bathing these. I've done several research, and the ones that I have found that added sugar to the recipe, which we did not, had water bath theirs. Those that just are juicing it and really making a concentrate instead of a juice, they didn't water bath it. The ones that we did yesterday, every one of them sealed. We didn't water bath them. My mom swears by that method. So I give my mom a lot of credit. She's been doing this for many years, and so I'm just going to go with that. To do juice, you don't have to have a juicer. You can do this by using cheesecloth and like just boiling it, and then straining everything through a cheesecloth, doubled or tripled, some people have said. You can also do it by using it's like a fruit bag. I think it's called a juice bag, and it just hangs over your pot as well. So there's several methods, but the juicer sure makes it a pretty slick process. We're using the the lid and the band. These are brand new. I'm just tightening it pretty tight. Okay, I'm just going to let these continue to simmer down. I do check the water periodically. We want to make sure that that stays full. You don't want it to get empty. I learned yesterday doing it that honestly, if I kept it at a really like a low medium temperature, then it will do the one pot. I do want to show you this because this is gonna be really hot, but you can see how they're cooking down and losing their color, and they'll continue to do that and get a little bit lower here in the jar or the can as the juice seeps out of them. And then you just throw that away. We've been putting it into our compost bin, and then you just start the process all over again. We'll do one more batch tonight, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you have suggestions, if you think that this could be done different, let us know that as well. So thank you for joining us here at the Bountiful Farmhouse.